Oh, hey. How are ya? Sandy Brew here, and today's a bit of a different video. I am going to be putting in my votes for the Game Awards. Now, in terms of us as the people, I realize that we have a very small influence on the Game Awards, and by small influence, I mean 10% of an influence. But I still want to vote for all these games, and I want to share my votes and my predictions with you guys, and I think it'd be fun. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Now, the only rule I have is I'm going to try to not vote for one game for multiple categories. So if there is a game that's been nominated for a bunch of different categories, I'm only going to try to vote for it once for one category, but most likely I'm probably going to end up breaking that rule in this video, but I'm going to try my best. There's also probably going to be a lot of games that I've never heard of or never played before, so I am probably going to be a bit biased in my picking because, again, there's going to be a lot of games that I've probably never played or never even heard of that have been nominated, but I am going to try my best to vote with my best judgment. So we're going to get started. I'm going to save Game of the Year for last, so we're going to just click on View Categories and then go all the way to the bottom here. First category we have is VR and AR games. Now, out of all of these, I have played Beat Saber. It is a ton of fun. No Man's Sky, I've only played on console. I wasn't really a huge fan of it, but I would assume that playing this game in VR is a really incredible experience. These other games I've never really heard of. Trover over here is kind of creeping me out. I don't know how I feel about that. This chick is giving me the eyes. Like, if I don't vote for her, I feel like I'm gonna wake up underwater or with a sword in my chest. She's kind of intimidating, but you know what? My gut is saying Beat Saber. Thank you for casting your vote. You earned a token. Okay, that's whatever. Cool. Previous category, we're gonna be going backwards. So, strategy game. Okay. I've always wanted to get into Fire Emblem. I heard Three Houses was phenomenal, and out of all these games, I mean, this is the only one I've heard of. I'm sure all these other games are great, but this one has my vote. Next, we have sports and racing game. Oh my goodness, it's not even a question. Let me talk about Crash Team Racing for a second. I grew up on Crash Bandicoot. I played a lot of FIFA in my day. I played some NHL, and I have played some racing games in my day, but like, honestly, like, sports games are just really repetitive for me. You know, it's just like FIFA 19 comes out. All right, there's a couple new game modes, a couple new mechanics. That's cute. FIFA 20 comes out, nothing too different. With that being said, I'm not really a big sports game guy. I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this, but I'm just going to say Crash Team Racing is better than Mario Kart. There, I said it. This is probably me being biased because Crash is my boy. But I have played both Crash Team Racing and Mario Kart. And I like Mario Kart, but Crash Team Racing is just so much better on every level. It's not that Mario Kart is overrated, it's just that CTR is insanely underrated. And I think if more people played Crash Team Racing, I think you'd appreciate it more. I'm not gonna sit here and argue why it's better. I personally think it is. We can have a discussion later about that if you really want to. All right, score and music. Oh man, I don't even gotta think twice about that one. I know Kingdom Hearts 3 had a lot of mixed reviews. I personally loved Kingdom Hearts 3. I was disappointed with a lot of things in the game, but I still loved it. But regardless if you love this game or hated this game, there's one thing amazing about this game that we can all agree on, and it is the soundtrack. It is the music. Yoko Shimomura is a master in her craft. If Kingdom Hearts 3 deserves any award, it's definitely this one for sure. Next, we've got RPG. So here we've got Disco Elysium. Elysium? Like Matt Damon Elysium? Final Fantasy XIV, Kingdom Hearts 3, of course, Monster Hunter Iceborne, okay, and The Outer Worlds. Now, as much as I love Kingdom Hearts 3 and as much as I love the Kingdom Hearts series, I honestly don't think it deserves Best RPG. I think people will be kind of outraged by that. Monster Hunter World, Iceborne. The Iceborne expansion is cool, but I don't think that's enough for like a Best RPG award. I have heard that Outer Worlds is pretty good, and of course Final Fantasy XIV is fire. I don't really know what this is. I mean, you're showing me a picture of some kind of automobile. I don't think that's, yeah. And also, I want to keep in mind the description for the RPG. Rich player character customization and progression, massively multiplayer experiences. I feel like between, taking all this into consideration, I feel like Final Fantasy XIV or Outer Worlds, maybe even Monster Hunter would probably be best, considering Iceborne is just an expansion, technically, of Monster Hunter. I don't know if I wanna vote for it. I'm gonna go with Outer Worlds on this one because from what I've seen, it is like Fallout-esque, but with a futuristic taste to it. And I think that's pretty cool. Next, we got performance. Ashley Birch. Where is she from? She looks familiar. I don't know these two. This guy I've seen in movies before. Yes, I expected Norman Reedus to be on here for Death Stranding. I'm just going to vote for him because, yep. I voted for him because he's the only one that I really know. And to my knowledge, he's still alive in The Walking Dead. So that has to count for something, right? Best ongoing game. Awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Okay. I'm not really a Fortnite guy. I think it's overrated, so I'm not going to vote for it for anything. I'm sorry for all of you Fortnite fans. Apex Legends, I heard is pretty fun, but not my kind of game. Honestly, for me, it's between Destiny 2 and Final Fantasy 14. I have played a good bit of Destiny 2. It's a good game. I wouldn't say it's outstanding. I also never played Rainbow Six, but I did hear it's fun, but I'm going to go with Final Fantasy 14 for this one. Next is Best Narrative. Now, I'm going to give this one to Death Stranding, 100%. I haven't played Death Stranding, but I've watched a lot of playthroughs of it, and it is a really good story. It's more so like an interactive movie, and basically, if you don't know what it is, you're kind of like a glorified mailman, and you go and you travel and you deliver packages and stuff, and it has a really good story. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to talk about it a lot, but like I said, it's kind of like an interactive movie, and I like that. I like single-player games. I did hear a little bit about Control. I heard it was really good. I never played it, but basically, you're a chick with a gun, and you can use the Force, so that's cool, I guess. Multiplayer game. Oh, jeez. I'm not a big multiplayer guy, but here we are. Call of Duty, overrated. Apex, whatever. I'm actually going to go with Borderlands 3 for this one. The only reason why I'm voting for that is because my best friend in the whole world is a huge Borderlands fan, and I've watched him play Borderlands a couple of times, and it looks like a lot of fun. I don't know if I would play it, but it does seem like a lot of fun, so I'm casting this vote on Joe's behalf. This is for him. Next, mobile game. Okay, so Call of Duty Mobile? There's a mobile game for Call of Duty? That's kind of weird. I've never really heard of... What the golf? Oh my goodness, look at this dude's face. What? I might just skip this one because I don't really play a lot of mobile games. Wait, no, hold on. I take that back. Look at this dude right here. His pecs are popping, and he's looking pretty intense. This man looks like a conqueror, so I'm going to give it to Grindstone. Ooh, next is independent game. Beba Is You, pass. Matt Damon's Elysium. Katana Zero, never heard of it. Oh, yo, Outer Wilds. For real, this game is fire. I was introduced to this game by my buddy Retro Waffles. You guys should totally check him out. He streams a lot of games on Mixer, and he has an Instagram account, so definitely check him out. He's really awesome, super fun to watch. I'll leave his link in the description below. But yeah, he got me into this game, and I played a decent amount of it. It's pretty crazy. Essentially what this game is about is you play as this alien, and you basically just go and explore other planets in the solar system. There's a lot of puzzles, tons of mysteries. The entire game is mysterious. But the catch to this game is you have 22 minutes to basically beat the game. After 22 minutes passes, the sun goes supernova, and you have to start over. It is really interesting. I highly recommend it. I played a decent way through it. I never actually beat the game because it is really difficult, and my IQ, I feel like, is not high enough to complete the game. And even if you don't want to play it, just watch a playthrough of it. I started watching a playthrough of it, and I watched this one guy finish it, and it's pretty crazy. There's multiple endings. It's very mysterious. It's a pretty insane game. I'm going to definitely vote for this one for sure. I think it definitely deserves it. Although I will say, this game right here, Untitled Goose Game, is hilarious. So, I would say those two for sure should be the top two in this category. Games for impact. So, what is this description? For a thought-out provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Oh, that's cool. I've never heard of any of these games. Sea of Solitude just sounds like a deep game, so I'm gonna vote for that one. Game direction. Oh, I see Sekiro on this list. So this is where games are now gonna probably start repeating themselves. We've got Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil, which I have not played, Sekiro, which I streamed on this channel, and Outer Wilds again. Now, game direction. So awarded for for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. So, man, Sekiro was a ton of fun. I feel like I'm going to see Sekiro later. Resident Evil 2, I heard is really good. I never played, but also Control, I heard is insane. I heard it's a really good story and the gameplay is super fun, and there's also like a fridge boss fight. I don't know. I've never played the game, but from what I've heard, this game actually is pretty freaking good if you're into this kind of third-person action type deal. I'm gonna give it to Control, you know? I think it deserves it. Alright, so fresh indie game presented by Subway. Recognizing a new independent studio that released its first game in 2019. Oh, so these are for studios. So basically you're voting for the studio that released its first game this year. So I'm not going to feel bad if I double vote on this one. I am going to vote for Outer Wilds because that game was phenomenal. And technically, I am voting for the studio and not the game. But the game had, you know, an influence for sure. Fighting game. Oh, Smash Ultimate, no question. I've played Jump Force a little bit. I've played Mortal Kombat. I am a huge Super Smash Bros. Fan, so this is where my bias is coming into play. Unfortunately, I don't own a Switch, but I play Smash Ultimate at my friend's house, like, all the time. Like, pretty much every time I'm over there, we're playing that game. And this is literally the ultimate Super Smash Bros. Game. It has everybody and more. I am planning on getting a Switch relatively soon, so I can play Smash in my own time. I'm probably going to get it sooner than later if my boy Sora gets in Smash. And I'm just going to go on the record and say this. If Sora gets in Smash Bros., I will pour an entire gallon of milk on my head. I am probably going to regret that, but, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Next category. Family game. Luigi's Mansion 3. I don't know what this is. Super Mario Maker 2, I heard is really fun. Smash Ultimate again, and Yoshi's Crafted World. What the heck? I've never heard of that. I don't know what this game is, but I feel like it's Super Mario Maker, but just Yoshi style. I already voted for Smash Ultimate, so I'm gonna try not to vote for that one again. I am going to go with Luigi's Mansion 3 for this one, though. Again, I don't have a Switch, but I played the original Luigi's Mansion, and just watching people play Luigi's Mansion 3 just gives me so much nostalgia. Esports team. What the heck? Why is this even a category? I don't really follow, like, esports. Like, I don't know any of these. I'm gonna pass on this one. Esports player. Again, I don't know any of these guys, but I am just gonna use my best judgment. Kyle Buga, his name is weird. Lee Faker. Listen, if I vote for somebody, I don't want to vote for a faker. Luka Perkovic. Alright, that's cute. I don't even know how to say this dude's name. And we've got Jay Sinatra. Out of all these guys, Jay Sinatra looks like he's the most focused and in the zone, and he's just ready to put the work in, so he has my vote. Esports host. Oh my goodness. Alright. After looking at all these people, you know, I don't want to vote for a machine. Red Eye doesn't really live up to the hype considering he doesn't have any red eyes. Anyone that calls themselves Golden Boy doesn't have my vote. I'm going to go with Candace because out of all of these hosts, Candace is the most just normal, like, nicknames. I need a little normal in my life. Normal is good. Next, esports game of the year. Oh, jeez. Again, I'm not really into Fortnite. I've never played Overwatch. I've actually never really played any of these games, but League of Legends is pretty dope, so I'll vote for that. Esports event. Yeah, pass. Esports coach. We're actually voting for coaches? How do esports coaches operate? They're like, hey, you better press some buttons with everything you've got. Out of all these guys, this dude's the only one who really looks like he means business, so I'm voting for him. Content creator of the year. Okay. The only guy I've heard of out of all these guys is Shroud, but I don't know if that's enough for me to vote for him. This dude looks like he loves his job for sure. Dr. Lupo looks a little, like, too serious for me. He looks like someone who means trouble. And plus, I don't really believe that he's a real doctor. We got Ewok. What the heck is on your head? Greg and then Shroud. Okay, well, I mean, I like this guy's glasses, so that's that. Community support. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness. I've definitely seen all of them before and in the same exact order. I really like the 14 community a lot, but I will say, in my time playing Destiny 2, I have played with a lot of strangers, and they have been, everybody that I've played with has been really nice, you know, always like really helping me out to get some loot, to do the raids and stuff. Everyone's been really friendly that I've played with, so I'm gonna go with Destiny 2 for this one. Audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. Oh, jeez. Okay, this is gonna be tough. I don't know. I mean, I don't really pay attention to audio design, you know, like if I'm playing a game, you know, I play it to enjoy it. I don't really look for little things like that. But, I mean, I guess audio design is an important thing for sure. I'm picking Sekiro for this one. I like the sounds of swords clashing and the sound of blood gushing. That's so weird. Art direction. Okay, so again, we're seeing a lot of repeats. We've got Control, Death Stranding, and Sekiro again. Sayonara Wild Hearts, I've never heard of this. They've got some weird masks on their face, I think. I can't really tell. It's kind of creeping me out. I don't know if I want to vote for that one. Ooh, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. That's cute. Honestly, I mean, from what I'm looking here, whatever the heck this game is, it looks pretty artsy, so I'm going to go with it. It's different. Action-adventure game for combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. I've never played Resident Evil 2. I've never really had an interest in it, so I can't really even, like, put an opinion on this, and I feel bad because that's where my bias kind of comes in. You know, there's a lot of games that I've never played, so it's like I can't really have a legit opinion if I've never played it. I feel like out of all these games, I think Link's Awakening definitely balances all three of these aspects of the best, so you've got my vote, friend. Okay, next is Best Action Game. For the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat. Okay, well, so here's the thing. If we're focusing primarily on combat, I'm gonna rule out all shooters automatically because you're just shooting people and chucking grenades and stuff. So, I mean, it's like, whatever. Astral Chain I heard was okay, but Devil May Cry 5. I've watched a lot of playthroughs for this game. I've never played a single Devil May Cry game, so that's why I didn't really want to play Devil May Cry 5 because I'd have to play all the other ones first. I know a lot of people really enjoyed this game, and I haven't really seen it nominated for a lot of things. And also the combat is pretty sick, so you've got my vote. Crazy. And last but certainly not least, Game of the Year. The moment you've all been waiting for. Oh, this is tough. We've got Smash, Sekiro, and Death Stranding in one category. This pick is going to be very much biased from what I've played and what I've watched playthroughs of. Death Stranding has a really, really good story. Resident Evil 2, again, I don't know much about that, so I feel bad, like, not having an opinion on it and not voting for it, but, I mean, I can't really help it there. Control is a really good story, and the gameplay is fun, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it's worthy of Game of the Year. I did hear that a lot of people were saying that Star Wars Fallen Order should have been on this list. If it released a little bit earlier, I think it would have had a good chance of being on this list from what I've heard. Honestly, I will not be surprised if it's nominated for Game of the Year in 2020. If you want to see Star Wars Fallen Order on this channel, let's do this. Get this video to just 10 likes, plus 3 comments with the hashtag Yatta. Doesn't mean anything to you guys, but to me, it means a lot. It shows me that you made it this far in the video, and I greatly appreciate that. Anyway, let's get down to business. Honestly, for me, it's down to these two. I think they both honestly have a really good chance of getting Game of the Year. And honestly, I won't be disappointed if either of them do. Man, I love Sekiro. I love Smash Ultimate. But, you know, if you've been on this channel before, I think you know what I'm going to pick. I honestly think this deserves Game of the Year. There's something about this game that just pushes you and pushes you and pushes you to keep going. If you've been with me for a while now, you know that I played Sekiro on this channel, and I had a blast. Mainly because the satisfaction that you feel when you kill a boss that you've been stuck on for hours is beyond anything that I've ever felt playing a video game. Now, I haven't played Dark Souls yet, I'm getting to that, but the way that this game made me feel in terms of gameplay and satisfaction is, it's just unmatched to any game that I've played this year. The story's good too. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I wasn't like completely invested in the story, but I was invested enough. I could go on about Sekiro, but I already bragged it enough in a review that I did for it, so make sure to check that out. And make sure to check out my Sekiro playlist. I'll link it in the description below. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts and my votes on the Game Awards this year. Which game do you think is worthy of Game of the Year? Let me know all of your votes down in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and most importantly, subscribe to the channel for more content. Also, depending on if I get a new PC or not, I might be hosting the Game Awards on December 12th, so make sure to click that bell and stay notified for that, because it's going to be awesome. But that is a big might. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing that yet, so just stay tuned. That's pretty much it. Peace!